Hello and welcome to the virtual cost of home discussion on women in housing. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jessica Hubbs. I'm the Corporate and Foundation Relations Specialist here at Habitat for Humanity of Burlington and Mercer counties, and I'll be your guide through this presentation today. You can find the full transcript of this presentation and links to advocacy resources by visiting our website at www.hfhbmc.org. Before we begin, I'd like to give a big shout out to our Women Build champions and event sponsor Lowe's. You can support your favorite champion by visiting their peer-to-peer fundraising page and help us build a brighter future for families in need. Today's presentation will touch on our Women Build event, the cost of home advocacy campaign, some of the challenges women in our community face, how Habitat serves women and the outcomes of our programs, as well as policies that support housing equity and affordability. Let's get started. This presentation is a part of Women Build, a week-long event put on by Habitat for Humanity. Since 2008, Habitat has partnered with Lowe's to raise awareness of the challenges women face in accessing safe, affordable housing. Together, Habitats from all over, with the help of Lowe's heroes, have built and repaired nearly 6,000 homes for families in need. And this year, you can see that Women Build activities are taking place in 44 states across the country. You can find more information about Women Build on our website, as well as through our socials at Habitat BMC. Cost of Home is a 5-year advocacy campaign that aims to mobilize local Habitat organizations, partners, volunteers, and community members to find solutions and create policies that will allow 10 million individuals nationwide to meet their most basic needs. At Habitat, we believe that everyone deserves to build the foundation for a stable, healthy future for themselves and their families. No matter who they are or where they live or how much money they earn, every family deserves the chance to thrive. Through this presentation, we hope you will not just learn about the housing needs of women in our community, but that it will light a fire within you, and you'll join us in our efforts to make the cost of home something we can all afford. Families all across the United States are paying too high a price to cover the cost of home, and New Jersey is no exception. NJ has the 7th highest housing costs in the country, with 1 in 6 households spending half or more of their income on their housing. And New Jerseyans were facing these challenges well before the coronavirus pandemic. 21 of our largest occupations in the state pay less than the wage needed to afford a 2-bedroom home at fair market rent. You can see on this table here from the Out of Reach study in 2020 that no one working at the mean renter wage in New Jersey, nor within our service area, can afford a 2-bedroom apartment working only 40 hours a week. Looking further, these residents would also struggle to afford a 1-bedroom apartment, and anyone earning minimum wage must hold over 2 full-time positions to afford the same level of housing. Now, as the significant impacts of COVID-19 continue to unfold, the number of families struggling to make ends meet is only growing. This means that even more families are being denied the personal and economic stability that safe, decent, affordable housing provides. Instead, more and more families are forced to make impossible choices. Take a look at the United Way survival budget for families in New Jersey. Listed within it are some key physiological needs: a safe home, nutritious food, healthcare, access to good schools, reliable transportation. Would you be able to choose which to provide your family if your income didn't cover all the costs? We know the issue of affordable housing is complex. We also know the struggle, stress, and pain of far too many families in our communities. Families who have suffered from redlining, racial inequality, and the housing disparities that follow. Families who have worked hard and still come up short, not because of their own efforts, but because of systemic issues and an inequitable economy. We know that those with the fewest resources are always the ones who are forced to make the hardest choices. Most prevalently among them are women. According to the National Women's Law Center, women accounted for 100% of the jobs lost in December 2020, and they've suffered the majority of pandemic-related job loss, accounting for 55% of the 9.8 million jobs lost since last February. In New Jersey, the annual gender wage gap is over $14,000 on average when you compare all women to men working full-time year-round. You can see how this, among other factors, affects the number of female-headed households who are asset limited, income constrained, and employed, also known as ALICE, living just one emergency away from a financial crisis. For women of color, these disparities are amplified. Watch how the graphic changes when looking at ALICE households as a whole for single women, Black and African American households, and Hispanic and Latina. Even when women achieve homeownership, they continue to face challenges. Single women make up 19% of the first-time homebuyers and 17% of repeat homebuyers. Yet, a study by the Urban Institute showed that women not only pay more for mortgages, but they also experience higher rates of subprime lending and are more likely to be denied a mortgage, even though they demonstrate better performance of paying off loans. Furthermore, the value of women-owned homes is on average 10% less than those of men. It's also important to note that more than 1/3 of single women homeowners are women of color, half of which are living in low-income communities. I'm sure sharing all of this information might feel like preaching to the choir or feel so overwhelming that we're thinking, how can we possibly fix this? But I assure you that all is not lost. Habitat for Humanity is working to address these inequities on an individual level through our services, as well as through policy advocacy. With our affordable homeownership program, we sell homes with 20 to 30-year mortgages at 0% interest. We're making sure that families pay no more than 30% of their household income on their mortgage. That's including principal, taxes, and insurance. Our program serves every kind of family, but as we've seen with previous slides, female-headed households have among some of the highest need for affordable housing opportunities. And it shows. Over the last 5 years alone, nearly 3/4 of the new affordable homes we built were sold to single women. Smiling and waving is one of our homeowners in Springfield, Ms. Kathy Griffin. The Affordable Homeownership Program is no easy feat. Before they purchase their homes, our partner families go through rigorous homeowner preparation. They receive one-on-one mentorship that help them review their budgets, attend financial classes to learn how to save and reduce debt, meet with credit counselors, gain resume writing and job interview skills, learn how to fix and maintain items within their homes, and even go through homeowner insurance policies, as well as home buying closing procedures before taking them on as new homeowners. Through this program, our partner families' credit scores increased by 100 points on average, and last year alone, our cohort of families collectively saved over $23,000, as well as reduced their debt by $10,000. Some of our partner families who will purchase homes this year are Shanika, Tasha, Wanda, and Christina. In addition to homeownership opportunities, Habitat repairs homes for local homeowners, completing projects that range from minor exterior like weatherization, painting, landscaping, to major critical projects like roofing. The service assists families in sheltering in place and taking on whatever life brings them as they adapt to the ever-changing needs of remote work and school in safe, accessible, efficient homes. Of our total neighborhood revitalization projects completed to date, single women homeowners make up just over half of families served. If you've been following along this week, our Women Build volunteers are working on 2 full house paint projects across the street from one another in Mount Holly. Our work at Habitat goes beyond providing a roof over someone's head. In particular, with home ownership, our program helps families stabilize finances, build equity, and create generational wealth that gives parents and children the secure foundation to achieve anything. It should go without saying that our Habitat homeowners are a special group of people. They don't follow market trends, which say the average life of a mortgage is currently 6 years. No, when our partner families buy a house, they make it a home, like Damika, pictured here, who bought her home in Burlington back in 2005. She raised her family, experienced life changes with school and jobs, and in 14 years paid off her affordable mortgage. She even received some minor rejuvenating repair work around her home as part of our neighborhood revitalization pilot program back in 2018 when we were trying to bring it off the ground. Along with our programs, Habitat advocates for policies that address housing needs on a local, state, and federal level. We support the continued funding and benefit from different programs on state and federal levels, as well as proposed policies that will help us serve more families in the future. For example, the Home Investment Partnership Program. It is a federally funded program that we've been able to benefit from by building 6 new homes in beautiful rural Springfield. On a state level, we have the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, which was recently restored by Governor Murphy. It allows for the development of housing projects to support stronger, fairer, more affordable communities. Pictured here are our plans to use affordable housing trust funds to build 10 new homes in Bordentown. For proposed policies, we support the Neighborhood Homes Investment Act, which revitalizes distressed neighborhoods by using federal income tax credits to mobilize private investment to build and substantially rehabilitate homes for low and moderate income homeowners. We also support first-time homebuyer assistance programs to allow for the funding to go towards offsetting property taxes in addition to home price. It's clear to see how crucial investments in housing affordability are during this time, and Congress can address some of these needs through their COVID-19 relief, economic recovery, and infrastructure measures. You can help by raising your voice and tell Congress that there's no time to waste. We need our representatives and senators to prioritize foreclosure prevention, neighborhood revitalization, and affordable housing production now. You can get started by contacting your legislators today at www.njledge.state.nj.us and search for your local representative. If you're interested in getting involved but not sure where to start, you can always email me at jhubs@hfhbmc.org, and I can provide you with cost of home resources, policy summaries, and talking points you can use as a basis for your communications with Congress. We encourage you to personalize your messages and send it in the mail, say it over the phone, or post about it on your socials. Be sure to tag us in your awesome advocacy work with @Habitat BMC and #CostOfHome. This concludes our presentation for today. Thank you again for joining us for our cost of home discussion on women in housing. We hope you learned a bunch and are ready to get involved with advocacy work. Have a great day.